G'day legends! Joel Slate Cairns on the mic, and yes, that's the same voice that used to bark orders over a radio. Today I'm a little lighter on the parade ground and heavier on the coffee. You're listening to the 3CIR podcast, where we turn life experience into recognised qualifications and real momentum.
And I'm Ryan Jury Delaney, bringing the dad jokes and the truth bombs in equal measure. If you're new here, welcome to the 3CIR family. We're founded by ADF Army veterans, built on 5 big values we actually live: courage, commitment, camaraderie, integrity, and respect. Not just topped up with buzzwords, right? These are the compass points we use when we talk about transitioning from service to civilian life, upskilling, and finding your next mission.
That's the mission, straight up. We help veterans, emergency services, and frankly, anyone with real-world experience turn that into recognised qualifications through recognition of prior learning, RPL for short. If you've been leading teams, writing policy, building programs, or managing chaos with a smile, you've already done the work. RPL helps get that stamped on paper.
Exactly. And if you're listening at the gym, on shift change, or in between school runs, you're in the right place. Today we're talking about business management courses, how you can step into that senior admin or executive space without hitting pause on your career, or your paycheck, or your sanity.
Yeah, let's make this simple. Your age is not an off switch for growth. If anything, experience is a superpower. But it needs an upgrade path. The Advanced Diploma of Business is that path for a lot of people. It says you've got the chops to develop and implement policies, lead organizational change, and manage the moving parts that make a company tick.
And we've seen it play out again and again. I had a mate, ex-ops in the military, landed in a civilian gig overseeing logistics for a national retailer. He's brilliant in the field, but he hit this invisible ceiling, not because he couldn't do the job, because his experience wasn't mapped to the right piece of paper. Advanced Diploma of Business was the bridge.
Right. And here's the kicker. You don't need to cut your hours to study. If you've got runs on the board in organizational development, strategy, financial oversight, risk, HR, whatever your flavor, RPL can fast track you to that advanced diploma without stealing your weekends. Well, most of your weekends of...
Some of you are thinking, yeah, but I'm a senior administrator already, or I've been a station officer for 20 years, or I'm on the exec team. Why would I need to go back to school? Because business doesn't stop evolving. Tech shifts, legislation changes, sustainability becomes non-negotiable, and teams need leaders who can speak policy and people in the same sentence.
And your title doesn't automatically transfer across industries. An Advanced Diploma of Business translates your experience into a language HR understands, and it opens doors. Roles like business manager, business analyst, senior administrator, senior executive, business development director. If you're already operating at that level informally, this formalizes it.
Let's unpack the heart of it. The Advanced Diploma is about leading across functions. Think policy creation, like writing the playbook that everyone else runs. Think procedures, turning good intentions into daily habits people actually follow. Think sustainability, not just recycling, but long-term business health, from green procurement to building resilient supply chains. And think organizational change, guiding teams through upgrades, restructures, new systems, new ways of working without lighting a dumpster fire.
If you've rolled out a new roster system to cut overtime blowouts or introduced a standard operating procedure that reduced incidents, that's change leadership. If you've drafted a risk assessment that became the template for your whole department, that's policy development. You don't need to imagine doing this stuff. You've been doing it.
The trick is proving it. That's where RPL comes in. What counts as proof? Real evidence. We're talking policy drafts you wrote, project plans, risk assessments, incident reviews, budget spreadsheets, training outlines, emails showing stakeholder engagement, minutes from meetings you led, performance reports. If it shows your fingerprints on the work, it matters.
And don't downplay the soft power, mentoring junior staff, negotiating with suppliers, navigating union consults, managing stakeholder expectations. If you've owned outcomes, led people, and made decisions with consequences, that's leadership. RPL assessors at 3CIR translate those stories into units of competency. That's our bread and butter.
I can hear someone on a treadmill going, sounds good, but is it hard? The honest answer, there's effort, but it's targeted effort. The RPL process is designed to respect your time. You upload your evidence, talk through your experience with an assessor who actually understands your world, and you only fill the gaps, not rejig your life to fit lectures.
You're not cramming like a 19-year-old the night before finals. You're compiling proof like you would for a big tender or a board brief. It's familiar work, and it saves time, money, and stress. If we can recognize 70% of the advanced diploma through your experience, you're only doing the remaining 30% with short, focused assessments. That's weeks or months, not years.
So, who's the Advanced Diploma of Business really for? Senior administrators, who are the unsung backbone of an organization, operations leads who get things done and want the strategic cred to match, executives who need the piece of paper for the next step, and anyone moving from uniform to corporate who wants to keep their leadership edge sharp.
Here's a mental checklist. Do you create or improve policies? Do you set or manage budgets? Do you lead teams through change? Do you read financials or contribute to forecasting? Do you report to senior leadership or a board? Do you handle compliance or audits? If you're ticking boxes, the advanced diploma probably fits.
And the content of the course isn't fluff. You get practical frameworks, building strategies that actually get implemented, stakeholder mapping so you don't get blindsided, change management models that reduce resistance, sustainable practice so decisions hold up in a boardroom and on the front line. It covers performance measurement, risk and issue management, governance structures, stuff you can use Monday morning.
We should talk money for a second. Not your bank balance, but ROI. People say, I can't afford to study, but career-wise, you can't afford not to. That piece of paper often lifts your pay band, widens your job options, and gives you leverage in performance reviews. If you're already acting in a role, the advanced diploma can help convert acting duties into acting pay, or better, permanent.
And look, if you're comparing the advanced diploma to, say, an MBA, different tools, different jobs. MBAs are great for certain paths. The advanced diploma is laser focused on the competencies you're demonstrating now. It's faster via RPL and it packs the punch you need for management and leadership roles without the 2-year time sink.
The real worry I hear is, I'm too old for this. I don't want to be the oldest student. Mate, half the cohort is your cohort, seasoned professionals, and online learning is built for grown-ups with jobs and families. Watch the content when it suits, show the evidence you already have, and move through at your own speed.
Another myth, enrolling means you have to dial back your working hours. Nah, that's the beauty of RPL. You study smarter, not longer. You leverage your lived experience from organizational development, strategic planning, finance, people management, WHS, and 3CIR gives you the structure, the coach, and the timeline so it doesn't drift.
Let's get real. What kind of roles does this qualification swing open? Business analyst, great for those who loved Intel or ops analysis. You translate data into decisions, map processes, and give leaders the insight they actually need. Business manager, classic operations leadership across budgets, KPIs, people, and services. Senior administrator, think high-level coordination, governance, and policy oversight. Senior executive, if you're already there, this cements your authority. Business development director, if you can build relationships and craft strategy, that's a natural progression.
And if you're not sure which path fits, take a look at our video series. We've got quick hits on leadership, HR, WHS, security, business, marketing, government, project management, bite-size and practical. Watch a couple and see which topics light you up. Your curiosity is a compass. Follow it.
Those videos are gold because they translate jargon into everyday language, and they'll give you a taste of what you'll be assessed on. If you can listen to the HR clip and think, I've done performance frameworks like that, or watch the project management one and go, I've built risk registers that look like this, you're closer than you think.
Let me paint a scenario. You're a senior sergeant from emergency services, now working as a statewide coordinator. Your day is rosters, incident debriefs, cross-agency meetings, and strategy sessions about resource allocation. You've introduced a new call triage protocol that cut response times by 8%. You've chased budget efficiencies without compromising safety. That's an advanced diploma story waiting to be told.
Or you're the office oracle, the senior admin who knows where everything is, why the system is the way it is, and how to fix it when it isn't. You wrote the onboarding checklist. You trained half the department. When new software came in, you were the super user who taught everyone else. That's change management, policy development, and capability development. RPL all day.
A lot of people ask about sustainability in the curriculum. It's bigger than recycling bins. It's building procedures and policies that balance compliance, reputation, cost, and impact, choosing vendors with ethical supply chains, reducing waste in processes, looking at the long-term human sustainability too, burnout prevention, safe workloads, building teams that last.
If you've ever redesigned a roster to stop churn or structured training so people actually retain things, that's sustainable operations. Business isn't just profit, it's systems that stand up under pressure. That's why employers look at the advanced diploma and nod. It says you get the bigger picture.
Let's talk about the RPL process with 3CIR because people want to know the steps. Step 1, reach out. There's a simple online form. You tell us your background, defense, emergency services, private sector, whatever, and what you've been doing. Step 2, a free conversation with an assessor. We talk through your experience and map it against the qualification. Step 3, evidence. You upload documents, policies, procedures, rosters, after-action reviews, project plans, budgets, performance reports, training materials, email chains, demonstrating stakeholder buy-in. We keep it secure and confidential.
Step 4, gap assessment. If there are any units where the evidence is thin, we give you targeted tasks. Think short written reflections, a case study on a change initiative you led, or a quick financial analysis you've already done in your job. Step 5, review and award. When it's all in, your assessor ticks off the competencies and you get the certificate. Then update your LinkedIn and call your mum.
And don't forget, 3CIR knows transition because we've lived it. We're founded by veterans and built for veterans and emergency services, and we serve civilians too. We know the difference between hands-on leadership and buzzwords: courage, commitment, camaraderie, integrity, respect. We bring those values to how we assess. We're not here to trip you up. We're here to recognize what you've done and push you into what's next.
Let's hit a few practical tips for collecting evidence, because this is where momentum can stall. Number 1, start with your wins. Think of 2 or 3 projects where you changed the game. Find the documents connected to those. Project plan, comms plan, training briefs, risk log, sign-off emails. Number 2, ask your boss for a statement of service or a reference that summarizes your responsibilities and achievements. Make it concrete. Numbers, outcomes, dates.
Number 3, dig into your inbox. Search keywords like policy, procedure, risk, budget, roster, training, stakeholder, and export threads that show your role. Number 4, if you can't share confidential documents, redact them. Your name and the outcomes can stay. Sensitive data can go. Number 5, if it wasn't written down at the time, write it now as a reflection. What was the problem? What did you do? What changed because of it?
And if that all sounds like admin pain, we've got tools. Our team can give you an evidence checklist, templates, and examples so you're not guessing. The goal is to make your experience speak for itself.
Let's circle back to career outcomes with a little imagination. Business analyst, you love patterns. You've looked at call volumes and set staffing, balanced risk and reward, and built dashboards before dashboards were cool. Business manager, you keep the machine moving, align people to targets, manage KPIs, budgets, and compliance. Senior administrator, you're the governance guardian, keeping the ship steady while the captain dreams big. Senior executive, you set the direction, walk the political tightrope, and bring people with you. Business development director, you see opportunities others don't, and you can turn a handshake into a signed contract because your strategy holds water.
If you're hearing these and thinking, that's me on Tuesday, then yeah, the advanced diploma is a fit. And there's a reason employers value it. It signals that you can lead and that you understand the formal side, policy, risk, governance, finance, without losing the human side.
Quick detour because I can hear someone saying, should I just stick it out and hope the promotion comes? Hope is not a strategy. A strategy is equipping yourself with the qualification that removes doubt. It's the difference between saying I can do the job and showing a board that you've got the competencies signed off.
Here's something I've learned on the job, and after it, good leaders don't stop learning. The battlefield changes, the workplace changes, the market changes, but the ability to adapt, codify, and lead, those are learnable and recognizable. The advanced diploma puts a stamp on that.
And speaking of learning, if you're still not sure, go explore the 3CIR site. There are tools to help you map your experience, FAQs on RPL, and those video explainers covering leadership, HR, WHS, security, business, marketing, government, and project management. Think of it like a tasting platter. Find what resonates and lean in.
Before we land this, a few more case notes. One of our clients, former paramedic team lead, moved into a hospital admin role. She used RPL to get her advanced diploma, then picked up extra units in HR and project management. Within a year, she was leading a clinical transformation project because she could speak both languages, frontline and boardroom.
Another ex-Army logistics boss jumped into a national warehousing company. He was already fixing broken processes, but his title didn't catch up. Advanced diploma through RPL, and suddenly he's in line for regional operations manager. Same man, same skills, different perception. That's the power of formal recognition.
And for the folks already in exec chairs, this isn't about ticking a box, it's about future-proofing. Boards want to see a pipeline of leaders who understand sustainability, governance, and risk. The Advanced Diploma showcases that you're not just a steady hand, you're a strategic mind with current best practice in your kit.
We haven't touched on one thing, confidence. There's a quiet boost that comes from having your experience validated. When you sit in a meeting and you know you can pull out the frameworks to back your instincts, you speak differently. People hear it. It's contagious.
So, what can you do this week to move? 1. Write down 3 big outcomes you drove in the last 2 years. 2. Book a chat with 3CIR. It's free, low stress, and you'll walk away with a clear map. 3. Start a folder on your desktop called RPL Evidence and drag in everything you've got. 4. Tell one person who's in your corner. Accountability helps.
And 5. Watch 2 of our videos. If you're change curious, hit the project management one. If you're people first, check HR or leadership. If compliance is your jam, WHS or government. If you're growth minded, business or marketing, let those spark ideas and capture them while they're hot.
Before we throw to the T's for next time, one last reality check. You don't need permission to level up. Not from age, not from your current title, not from your imposter syndrome. You need a plan, a provider who gets your world, and the willingness to turn hard-earned experience into recognized capability.
And we're here for that. Courage to start, commitment to finish, camaraderie while you do it, integrity in how it's assessed, respect for the life you've lived. That's 3CIR, that's our DNA.
Alright, what's on the horizon? Next episode, we're going deeper into business management courses. We're unpacking the Advanced Diploma of Business with a fine-tooth comb, how electives can shape your path, what units map cleanly from defense or emergency services, timeframes, cost myths, and real stories from people who've crossed the bridge and landed in roles they love.
We'll also talk about how to choose between multiple business pathways, maybe Advanced Diploma of Business now and a specialty in project management or HR later. Or maybe you're eyeing leadership streams that set you up for executive roles. We'll map it like a mission plan, simple and actionable. Bring your questions because we'll answer the ones we get most.
In the meantime, hit the 3CIR website, fire up a video or two, and drop us a line if you want that RPL pre-assessment chat. Don't overthink it. Just start. The fastest way to build momentum is to take the first step, right?
And if you needed a sign that it's your time, this is it. You've got skills worth recognizing. Let's put them on paper and put you into play. We'll catch you in the next one for the deep dive on business management courses.
Stay sharp, stay curious, and as always, look after your people.
And look after yourself too. See you soon.